into the hands of, I don't know who that third was, but fell straight into the hands of a Pineapple player on that one there. And then it's just an easy open setup for everybody to try and tie things up, and they do. And here comes that third goal in. Another great setup right off of the kickoff. And again, it's the same thing. These Nikon Aura touches just falling straight into the hands of a Pineapple. That went in. I think it might have been 3 with a follow-up. That's like a technical 4, but it definitely at least 2 or 3 on that one. Pineapple up 2-0 as Ares tries to air dribble this one in. It will find its way through. Quick responses is what Nikon Aura were missing before. They cut that lead in half. Just an easy, chill shot off the kickoff.
Just tried to win out. Challenge is good from Kofer. Enough to delay Pineapple just for now. Missed, still looking for something. Here we go. And that's it. Left it off for Talk. My goodness. Yeah, you can see the setup was there. And I was a little confused what he was going to do with it, but Talk came through like a wrecking ball to clean it up.
Both sides of the field, it has just been what feels like 50 shots being sent off every few seconds or so. And right now, Nikon Aura, they've had a little bit more pressure offensively. They've taken a decent amount more shots as well. And finally, they find a gap, find their way on through it. I was waiting for this one. I felt like eventually the pressure was just going to be a bit too much. So a forced 3v1 on AJ. I think AJ actually might have gotten to the play in its tracks. And then it's just rinse and repeat back to Nikon Aura taking their shots again.
Now is it going to be Talk with the solo play? He got past 1. Can he get past 2? He does! Talk does it in overtime, clutching up again for this Pineapple roster. The shot will not be denied. A tie game. And you said it. I mean, yesterday there was a lot of pros in the chat. And a lot of times, you know, the pros, they're just lurking. You know, you see them in the chat and you're like, okay, they're here. But no, they were talking yesterday while Talk was scoring. And definitely making a name for himself in front of the entire community. And yesterday and today combined, you can just make a highlight reel
to keep this series going.
Fireworks in game 4, things that you love to see. A lot of goals going down so far. Hopefully both squads can keep up the pace, and that's exactly what they're doing. Talk gets another one on the board. That's his hat trick, and we're only 51 seconds in. Now, yesterday he scored 7 goals.
Pineapple looking for that golden goal to send them into the semifinal against RMC, but Nikon Aura want to try and force this all the way to Champions Field, and they don't get the opportunity to do so. The man, the myth, technically the kid legend, off the backboard for the double to end it all.
One leaves it off the backboard. Is anyone there for the cleanup? No. And Garrett G sending this one back the other way.
Pressure's still gonna keep going for NRG. It's Dizzy's clear over to Evo that actually is gonna go on through. That stops momentum in its tracks for NRG. For so long, there's been a lot of pressure, but a pinch clear off the ceiling. But those follow-ups, that last man, Stizzy, took everything in his power to put that one through. Now Zanil's gonna try and do the same here, and he will! Aqua got a tiny touch off of it, but this was still all Zanil at the end of the day. Off the ceiling, past Arsenal. He gets a seconds into this overtime. They've had a couple moments where they're passing to each other, but they've all been cut off. Dignitas, they're going for the solo plays now. Stizzy takes this one down. Reset over 1. Follow-up from Arsenal to end it all. Dignitas send NRG home.
And in 3-0 fashion, my goodness. Dignitas 12, 13 shots a game, and just putting so much pressure onto the defenses that they're going up against that Pineapple have to be weary of that and be able to weather the storm, because the storm is for sure going to come. But right now, Mist says, guess what? I'm going to make it rain myself. 1-0 advantage for Pineapple.
Okay, you gotta talk about this weird team bump that went down between RMC in the middle of the field. Reddles and Cheese were kind of locked in left here in regulation. You're still down by 2, potentially 3 here as AJ Demos spots Talk, but Cheese keeps this one out. It's gonna float off that backboard there, and Cheese doing everything in his power to try and keep it out, but it's just not enough. Mist had all the pressure in the world to keep this one going and all the boost to take his time with it. The double off the back is nasty, but the dunk...
in a major way, the same way that RMC's has.
Yeah, you definitely, gotta have very strong, solid energy on the defensive end if you are Pineapple. Really trying to get back into the swing of things. But I think right now the main focus is their offense. Those pass and plays are back. They're connecting between Mist and Talk. It is just a 1, 2, and through type beat for them, and it's just too much.
Magic Bear has done so good on the offensive end, getting a ton of goals for this RMC roster. And they're going to be looking to feed the bear a little bit more. They got 90 seconds left to do it to get back in this one. The bump comes out on the line. Oh my gosh, that was perfect from Magic Bear. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This literally is the bread and butter of this roster. These bumps followed with whether it's also on low boost, trying to do the same. You see Reddles and Magic Bear, though, just trying to reclaim that possession before Pineapple can get it away. AJ's demo onto Magic Bear, though, opens up the net. Double off the backboard from Mist, puts them in an equalizer.
Mist putting up numbers. Left it off the backboard.
The other day, that is a huge feat. But TSM really have just come out swinging. This is the second time we've seen them take a quick shot towards that net that barely just went off. This one isn't going to go off, though. It's going to go crossbar and in from Creams.
And the other thing that we do need to point out is TSM has not lost a game in this tournament. They are Wavy looking for the shot, not able to get it as Arsenal saves this one away. Solid defense from Dignitas holds yet again. And they have to watch out for these counterattacks because Evo, he's looking to make the most of it, and he does. Dignitas fight back.
They do. You saw Evo all the way from one end to the other. It's just a 1v1 and a nasty.
But my goodness, TSM had all of them.
No, they really did. TSM is going to, be a little bit frustrated that none of that was able to go on in. And now you have an open net here. Stizzy just air dribbled over everyone. I think that might have just been a rough last challenge. You saw Hockey go up there, and it's
wow.
Just great touch to keep it out. Slow Dignitas down a little bit here. Stizzy over one, trying to solo it by himself, just not enough. Unfortunately for him, TSM, they are all ready to go, but nobody was ready for Evo off of this one from the corner. And Dignitas first to lead.
Evo takes it in from the side and just make the absolute most out of it. Dignitas need to make sure that does not happen, and oh my goodness, Stizzy does get back, able to save this one away. Keep this one at a 0-0 line. Arsenal looking for the nail in the coffin, and that might be it. Still 107 on the clock, but that looks really promising for Dig.
Actually disgusting amount of control there from
in
Arsenal.
A Game 7, able to potentially win out 4-1 since going down 0-2 in games. And I mean, that's just incredible mental from this squad. But hold your horses, because the momentum might be shifting. Wavy getting this one, taking it all the way from the beautiful pass.
Home is actually pretty smart. You just want to continue to keep TSM boxed in their half and then force a lot of these shots on target. If you make TSM tired, it is a little bit harder for them to try and go through. But as soon as I say that, the second catched redirect from Wavy comes on in. This kid is a monster right now. There, Evo's up next to follow. All three players are overcommitted. They're going for the high risk, high reward, and do manage to keep this in their possession for now. But you got to be careful in moments like that. You're low on boost, but now you're up by 2.
Arsenal, beautiful play. You saw the setup. The communication was there. Ars just left it off for Stizzy.
Magic Bear's up next in rotation. No connect from Cheese. This one goes off to the side.
And you said it before the series started. You see in the future a lot of game 7s, a lot of overtimes. But guess what? RMC said, no, sir. Cheese gonna put this one away and putting holes all through that theory.
Arsenal. Arsenal tried to was better. And there it is, 10 seconds on the clock. RMC steal the lead. Arsenal's gonna try and, fix this right here, and he will. The setup to Evo to respond, 5 seconds to go.
You have got to be kidding me. RMC, you gotta hold on.
RMC first on the board. We saw this in the first game. That was that lead that they took, and then they were able to keep it for the rest of it in its hole. So we're gonna see if RMC does it again, or does Dignitas respond just as quickly? They do. Stizzy to Evo to equalize game 2.
Hey, I mean, listen, if Dig can do a good job of putting it in front of their own goal, I mean,
recognize that they're not overcommitting, trying to, you know, slow down because they know that Dignitas are capable of these big clears that could be pretty lethal if they are on target. But same could be said for them. Magic Bear over to Reddles. You saw this one pop up from the corner here. He spot him, and that is just a nasty shot.
That was a clutch save, and one they needed desperately, because if that one went through, then it might really be over.
Arsenal just trying to extend here by himself. Reset over Magic Bear. This one's in. That is a great solo play from one end of the field to the other. Just what a play. Earlier today, Arsenal really was that player to start the push towards, you know, getting back into the swing of things for Dignitas. So the fact that it's happening again is a great sign. Evo now allotted the space to go for a shot himself, down to the ground, back to himself, and up 5-1 with 23 to go.
Evo finds it in.
The series as a whole. A minute left on the clock here. 2-0 lead for RMC still remains. As this one bounces out into the center, Reddles is going to take it. Pass over to Magic Bear. Shot on target and in. Too clinical for Dignitas to stop.
RMC putting on a show in game number 4.
Low momentum. It just continues to stay tight game. And there's that clear that Dignitas needed so badly.
And you said it earlier. You felt it in your bones. You thought that we'd be going the distance. Well, right now, Reddles is trying to send that prediction into oblivion, as now they've got the 2.